Whoa there. Whoa, Dino. Oh my goodness. Hello, and welcome everybody to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. It was lovely last night, as it always is, on Arena here in Explorer, ranked best of 3 with my favorite way to play Dinosaurs, the Stampede variation, but popping into Diamond quite nicely. It's a little bit later than usual. Again, I would love to do 2 hours every night, but at the moment that just doesn't always happen. Oftentimes, which is lovely, spend some time with my wife, watch whatever she's watching, and at the moment it's Grey's Anatomy. Of course, that is pretty interesting. It maybe isn't your thing, but it's pretty interesting, you got to admit. I like it. Somewhat enough to continue watching. Always something crazy going on there. She's starting off rewatching it, but we're getting ahead of ourselves, off on a tangent. If anybody is new, there's a link to the primer, how to play this dinosaur deck, 2-hour primer. Many of you know what's happening. Many of you are asleep, which is, perfectly understandable and reasonable. And there's the Linktree as well. It recently updated Linktree. The link to the Linktree is in the description for everything else. The Discord, to buy me a coffee if you choose to support monetarily. But it's pretty easy to support this way of playing dinosaurs because everything is big, everything is lovely, everything is explosive. Now, near the end when I popped into Diamond last night, I added in 4 legendary permanents. I trimmed Trumpet and Carnosaur, I'm pretty sure. They all blend together when you've done over 600 streams. They all blend together, but I'm pretty sure it was Trumpet and Carnosaur. 4 copies of that fantastic dinosaur, and we'll celebrate. We'll add in other good stuff that's going to help the overall plan. Calamity, Galloping Inferno, that's probably at the top of my list tonight to try and test out things. Buy time again until the Sire of 7 Deaths releases. It's going to be like Christmas for me. The scariest of scary big creature cards. But we get to Calamity. Why is Calamity pretty fantastic? It makes 2 big things. If a big thing copies it, what's not to love about that? Hopefully it's Vaultborn Tyrant. Vaultborn saddles Calamity. Calamity makes 2 copies of Vaultborn. Both see each other plus themselves. So in total, you would be gaining 12 life and drawing 4 cards just with this. Calamity could have been basically any other creature, plus Vaultborn. Everything put onto the battlefield with Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant. There you go. There you go. That's lovely, but now Calamity just makes it absolutely even more devastating. Or just make 2 Tyrranax Rexes. If hitting with 2 Tyrranax Rexes would win, it might with poison counters. Maybe I've connected once and I only have 1 on the following turn. That's not so great, but now I have 2 and I lock it up because the opponent doesn't have enough overall toughness to stop completely both T-Rexes. If both connect, the opponent would get 8 poison counters. They had 4, let's say, the previous turn. They're above 10, they automatically lose. So many different scenarios. Regisaur Alpha. Calamity would copy Regisaur Alpha. Both copies of Regisaur would make 2 dinosaur tokens, but those are not sacrificed, which is quite nice indeed. That sticks around. Fantastic. Palani's Hatcher. Make 2 copies of this. Make a ton of dinosaur eggs. At the very least, you have a swarm of chump blockers to buy time or something like that. And with Vivien, Monster's Advocate. I need haste. I love haste. Play Vivien maybe the turn before Ghalta. I go -2. Oh, look, all of a sudden when I cast Ghalta with Vivien's -2, I get a search for a Regisaur, Palani's Hatcher, another Vaultborn, whatever makes sense. Because Ghalta costs so much, every creature is underneath Ghalta, which is quite exciting. Sideboard wise, nothing fancy. I didn't trim that. Change it up. I didn't change it up from last night. Red Cap melee still in if we face off against aggressive decks. We'll get right into the matches. But again, if you have any questions, leave a comment, join the Discord, ask about it. But I could go on half an hour for sure. For sure. Quite easily. Even without anybody asking questions. I can come up with my own questions. Thoughts, experiences, different little scenarios, and points you might not have considered because you might not have been put in that situation. Okay. What do we... that's not going to work. A commercial district is not going to cut it. One land, no. It's a little bit better. I'm going to risk this just because I'm on the draw. I get 2 chances to see the second land for Sylvan, which would grab a Castle Garenbrig. We already have a Sunken part of the package. A Sunken tapping for 2 green, helping to activate Castle Garenbrig's ability there to make 6 green efficiently and ahead of schedule, casting somebody big. Ooh, it's a little unfortunate. A third Sylvan Scrying. 3 of 4 in my hand. Okay. It's that 5-color Overlord Enchantments deck. It's a little bit awkward. Yeah. We might be dead. It happens sometimes. Sometimes you want to risk it. Of course, because I am in Diamond, you can't drop out of that. Whenever you get to a rank, doesn't matter how much you lose. That's just how it goes. Fortunately, we got, well, another land now. Has to be Castle Garenbrig. Next turn, I'm going to search for a second Sunken. Put it onto the battlefield, but keep in mind on turn 4, Castle Garenbrig will still not enter the battlefield untapped because I still don't have a forest. It's going to be kind of the long game-ish. Hopefully we can survive, but, well, you never know. It would be ideal if I drew 1 more land next turn, if that land is a forest. Something like that. I mean, technically I can get a forest with the Sylvan Scrying. As long as the opponent doesn't kill me, maybe I can make something happen. But at this point, no, we're just dead to the aggression, sadly. Flameseed would be nice to take out those little flying things, but too little too late. Back to nature, though, is going to bring us back into contention. Absolutely devastating this particular deck. 5-color overlords. Their creatures are enchantments themselves. So back to nature just destroys, well, the big scary portion of that deck. It's not so scary, but you can imagine if I had drawn that Cavern of Souls 1 turn sooner, searching with the Sylvan, things could have been perhaps quite a bit different. We'll trim Tyvar, Calamity. Nah, we'll trim Calamity. And Xenagos. If I'm bringing in the 3 back to natures, I kind of want to maintain Vivien Monster's Advocate. I've loved it before in the past. I get to play creatures off the top. That could make all the difference. Just being a turn ahead, but also the -2. If I play Vaultborn Tyrant, Tyrranax Rex, or Carnage Tyrant with Vivien's -2, I get to search for a Regisaur or a Palani's Hatcher, and that might make all the difference. Being able to then attack with Carnage Tyrant and that sort of stuff. But we got back to nature. Have no fear. Dinosaurs are here. Oh boy, oh boy. Yep, okay. Keep 100% without question. We likely have all the mana we need at this point. Certainly start off with Sunken Citadel there. Yeah, go. Take the ping. Search for the other Sunken. We'll play it next turn as our land for the turn, and also use Commune with Dinosaurs to see what we get. But if I get an Archdruid's Charm, I'll play Castle Garenbrig instead, so we can reach a critical amount of mana when we need to. Do I like a Ghalta? I like a Ghalta because we're on track for 8. The opponent could just be dead. I hope there's not too many thought seizes, but I think the Overlord enchantment deck does have a few of that. Well, this is fine. Oh boy, they spent 3 to make an extra land. That's something. Scary stuff. Now they have to get rid of Ghalta, otherwise they die. That's where you want to be. They could play Elish Norn, maybe, something like that. Hopefully not. They could still stop us. And oh, okay, Xur does not do that. What you gonna do? Now would they have a counter spell? I don't think that's going to be the case, but I guess we're about to find out. Hopefully not. Okay. Dead. Just dead. There's nothing you can do.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Scorpion, how's it going? Hopefully all is well. I don't know. Maybe I am changing. It's hard to say. I like the streamlined title, the thumbnail. I think after the 3.5 years, hard to say, Scorpion, I know you've been watching for quite some time, and some of you have been watching, I think, basically since the beginning. For whatever reason, just the face swapping, choosing something eye-catching. You don't need the titles. I don't feel I need the titles or the words. It takes away from the striking image. I like the thumbnail. Other people like the thumbnail, and that's where it's at. The Great Henge. I should use the Great Henge again. Maybe. Yeah, I will. I'll try it. I would want to maybe tweak things with the Great Henge, have Marauding Raptor, Otepic Hunt Master, reduce the cost of Dinosaurs, and then I can potentially chain a whole bunch. A Great Henge deck, at least for me, would look a little bit different than a Stampede variation. I want to maximize the potential of the Great Henge, even though maybe you would only have 1 or 2 copies. It's so fantastic. I want to really see it pop off. It could be mostly perfect. I like seeing 2 Archdruid's Charms up the Beanstalk. Not too bad. It would be nice to take up the Beanstalk out, but Rockfall Vale always enters tapped until it's the 3rd land or more. So we search for a Commune to find the 2nd land. Fortunately, we found that. Good stuff. And then next turn when we play Rockfall Vale, get to go Archdruids. Although I'll probably use up Sylvan, search for Sunken Citadel, get that out of the way. That's going to be quite nice indeed. Now the opponent could be in for a world of hurt, potentially. Depending if we draw Castle Garenbrig next turn, a couple more lands. It's not going to be a pretty sight. They did draw quite a few cards there. Oh my god, well, I guess they just died once again. Now they have to stop the arc. Oh, they got the Elesh Norn. These guys are... No one likes Elesh Norn. Okay, I'll search for what I need to search for. Get the Castle Garenbrig going, just get it down. And we'll hopefully take out Elesh Norn with the Archdruid's Charm that I have. That's the plan at least. Play Vaultborn doesn't trigger, we know that. Hopefully it's not Leyline Binding. I hope I see it back to now. Okay, that Vanishing Verse, that's rough. A little bit. I don't like Elesh Norn. It's no fun. Really need Carnage Tyrant at this point. Possibly should have just searched for Carnage Tyrant. Oh, no, well, thank you. Good stuff. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice it or something. But at the moment, they could be dead next turn, depending. As long as we live, they will die. Maybe they have a Sweeper, Xur. Oh, they got Xur. Well, we're not dead yet. Not quite. Got 10 flying, that's not too bad. I'll take a 1 Overlord of the Hot. Wow, I don't even need to. Might as well save Carnage Tyrant. See what they do in their second main phase. You never know what could happen. about to find out. Bounce Elish Norn, counter this, Ether Gust, something like that. Make me sacrifice Carnage Tyrant. A little bit scary. And we still might lose just because the opponent is at 28. It's hard to say. This is going to be our best bet though. I wish I didn't draw land, but that's how it goes. Even when you have 20. That would be it, if they have some sort of removal for one of the hasty thingamajigs. 13, 28. Yeah. Leyline Binding tends to do the trick. Too bad I didn't have Back to Nature. Now that would have been the doozy. You can imagine it would have completely crushed everything they were doing. That's alright. Sometimes you just don't have the thing that would have got you there. Would have devastated everything that that particular opponent is doing. But we'll get them next time. At the very least, we had the thing. We were ready. Unless you wanted to completely change a deck's plan. You could dedicate 12 spots in the sideboard. You could dedicate your entire sideboard, 15 cards, for, you know, some particular matchup, and you still might not even see one of those 15 things to hate against a particular deck, and that would feel extra bad. That'd be rough. Yikes. It's happened, well, it hasn't happened to me before, but I've had a lot of stuff where I would have statistically expected to see something, and then I just never see that something. However, that hand is something. Definitely a keep in my books. Interesting to see 3 Palani's Hatchers, but the lands are really what makes it there. I wonder what this mythic QOO opponent is on. It would be nice to go with Sylvan Scrying next turn. Mono Green Devotion, perhaps. Okay. That's going to be painful. Big ups, yes. Oh, we got someone else using Sylvan Scrying, searching for Sunken. This is interesting. Is this opponent alt? Huh. No, it's Mono Green Devotion. Definitely. Interesting. With Overlord of the Hauntwoods. Okay. Yeah, big amounts of mana, Arboreal Grazer. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I think many of us know the drill there. If we could get another land next turn, we're going to get Sunken Citadel. We would reach Ghalta Stampede Tyrant levels of mana. The Gruff Triplets there is a little bit scary. Oh, okay. Well, as long as we live, they would die. Hopefully. Cross your fingers they don't have Beseju who endures. I mean, I don't believe they have lethal right now. Maybe they just play an Overlord. Huh, okay. It's fine by me. They're dead.
Don't push it. Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Gotcha, buddy. Too slow. Too slow. Way too slow. Boom. Man, that's a lot of eggs. I love it. Scrambled. Scrambling the opponent's life total. Send everything in towards him. Get the job done. Send the message. Okay. We just have to do that again. The big mana deck won that first game. Do I want to do anything different? It is a lot of big stuff. It's not like Red Cat Melee is going to be helpful. Oh. Well, what do you mean super secret account? JDX. There's some person named the Gemstone Dragon Slayer. Huh. I don't know. Who knows who it could be? It is a big mystery for sure. But it's not a mystery that this dinosaur deck is quite fantastic. They're doing the same thing I'm doing with the Sylvan Scrying, Sunken, Castle Garenbrig. Maybe by chance this opponent took a bit of inspiration. I'm not going to jump to that conclusion, but it's always a possibility. It's not too hard, though, to put Castle Garenbrig, Sunken together. I'm sure many other people just did naturally come to that conclusion. That handout should be nice. Okay. We might like Carnage Tyrant coming up. Make the Ghalta turn as big and painful as possible. Search for that Castle Garenbrig, will ya? Sunken's good. Play Castle Garenbrig next turn, I imagine. We'll search for a Sunken with Commune. Rockfall Vale, that's going to be it. We want to continue with all the lands that we can grab. Nick, okay, so it is some sort of mono green devotion. We just didn't happen to see Nykthos Shrine to Nyx the previous game. Certainly like that Sylvan, I should say. We search for Sunken. We hope it's fast enough. In a way, it could be. Of course, they haven't been nearly as explosive as a type of mono green devotion deck can be. This seems like it's quite a bit different. I'm a little bit worried that Elish Norn, Mother of Machines, is going to be coming down. Hopefully not. They do have the possibility to get into white. They have Lush Portico, Hushwood Verge, so we got to be mindful of Elish Norn. Beseiju. They want to take out something, do they? Gonna take out my Sunken, will ya? I could see that happening. Of course, we'll keep Castle Garenbrig around. I'm almost certain they'll take out Castle Garenbrig when I search for it with Sunken, or they just take out Sunken. Now that's fine by me. I'll get my castle. I'm only going to be making 6 next turn at the very most, if I had a castle in my hand. I'm always happy if the opponent takes out a Sunken. It means there's one less thing to take out the future Castle Garenbrig. That is the important thing. That's what helps me make extra mana. I don't need that Carnage Tyrant, so we'll send it into the graveyard and we'll draw another one. A little bit unfortunate. I mean, I hope Vaultborn Tyrant saves us. Hopefully it's nothing too painful coming up here. Oh, Tyvar the Pummeler. Okay, some other people are perhaps being put onto Tyvar there. Well, okay. Done. They have a total of 8. Tyvar, double Vorinclex. Everybody gets +6/+6 because Vorinclex is the highest power. The Llanowar Elves becomes a 7/7. Arboreal Grazer becomes a 6/9. And that's Tyvar does the trick. There we go. Maybe I should continue to use him a little bit more. I'll think about it. He's in there. Maybe we'll see it. Maybe we won't. Okay. Maybe mulligan a little bit more aggressively. Try to get him good. Of course, we are on the play, so something as explosive as possible would be nice. And I think that could be it. We keep the first hand, which is nice. We're up a card. Oh, the opponent has mulliganed twice. 3 times. 3 times.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Of course, anything can happen, but... Oh, the Sunken. The Sunken. Maybe their chances have sunken. that does it. I didn't have a Sylvan Scrying, so I don't have to feel bad about Sunken as my second land. I didn't need access to 2 on turn 2. Now hopefully we get to Vaultborn on turn 4. But I think they got a Boseiju up their sleeve. I smell a Boseiju. Of course, I'll try for Castle Garenbrig. We'll possibly draw out that Boseiju maybe right now. Hopefully not. They're thinking about it. They could also have 2 Boseiju who endures. Casting both. Boseiju who endures has an activated ability of 2. They have 2 Sunkens. I think they're taking out this. Okay, searching for Castle Garenbrig. They will potentially be able to make 8 next turn, and I hope they don't play Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. That would be slightly problematic. Just a wee bit. Do I play Carnage Tyrant? I kind of want to go for Archdruid's Charm to get another Sunken and play Vaultborn, or just draw Ghalta, or we just die. We'll see. We'll see. Something big is... Gruff triplets. That's okay. Could be worse. Ghalta time. Technically, no. I'm going to go for Sunken. Could have been Commercial District, but Vaultborn Tyrant is where it's at. Play it, gain a bunch of life, play another one. Next turn, we're going to draw into Ghalta, and hopefully it's not too little too late. Hopefully it's not the Tyvar, the Pummeler from the opponent. I think we would be safe if that happened. They would need a total of 8, paying 3 for Tyvar's cost and then 5 for its ability. It would be the only thing they do. It would double the Gruff triplets, which is kind of what I want. I want to trade with one of them. I want Vaultborn Tyrant to re-enter as a copy and devastate them. Maybe they have some sort of removal. Maybe they don't have Tyvar. Maybe they don't really want to attack with any of the Gruff triplets. When one dies, the counters get put on other creatures that are named Gruff triplets. Something like that. This is a little bit scary with Nykthos, though. Able to make a ton of stuff. But they only have 2 cards in hand, so it could go alright. Okay, able to make still quite a bit. Unfortunately. Problem is, what will they search for? They can only grab one thing. It's probably going to be pretty darn big. Foreign Klex, not too bad. They don't have enough to activate his ability this turn. They need a total of 8. So that's not happening. So we're safe for just a bit, but when they activate Vorinclex's ability next turn, that's not going to be good. But we're still not dead yet. Yeah, block a Gruff triplets, might as well gain some life. They get bigger like I mentioned. That's okay. If we see Ghalta in the top 5 with Commune, we win. We don't. It's unfortunate, but another Castle Garenbrig if the opponent is going to get rid of it. But we'll get 2 Vaultborns. We dug 5 deep. We got 2 card draws right here. I like the looks of this. We just have to hopefully hold off. Hope it's no Tyvar the Pummeler. I could see them getting it with Invasion of Ixalan and making everybody too big. I certainly would. Oh, it's Tyvar. It's Tyvar and his death. Death and destruction. Tyvar's pretty good. Just didn't see Ghalta when I was hoping to see Ghalta. Last night I topped that Ghalta for the win there quite fantastically, and now I'm digging pretty deep. Still don't see it. Nothing much else you can do. Of course, you could add some things that search for a specific creature if there is something in your deck. If you're not playing Dinosaurs, you have one thing that is so deadly and crucial. You might want to see it a little bit more, so perhaps you sprinkle in stuff that searches for a creature, puts it into your hand, puts it on top of the library, whatever it is. If it's that good, that can lock things up. Worth a consideration. For sure. Creatures that can search for other creatures. Fierce Empath really is probably my favorite, I would say. Yeah, definitely Fierce Empath. Hard to say what this opponent will be. A Ren and 7, Ren and 8. I forget, but with this avatar here, maybe another mono green opponent. I kind of like that hand. Of course, maybe if a Carnage Tyrant was a Sylvan Scrying, we'd be feeling quite a bit better. But I'm gonna try for something better. That's a lot better, I would say. Send Tyvar to the bottom there. Interesting to see Tyvar in both variations of hands, but not. Oh, now it's basically perfect with that Stomping Ground. We should be okay as long as the Thoughtseize doesn't rip Archdruids. Hopefully not. Oh, okay, okay. So this is Golgari Insidious Roots. Stuff leaving the graveyard, they make plants, and when they make a plant, they put a counter on each plant that is out at the time. Hello? Hello? Is anybody home? Can you see me? Okay. I think we're back. Huh. It was odd. Right at midnight, my internet cut out. I think my internet provider must reset it or something. That's very, very annoying. Yeah, okay. We'll keep going, and I have to imagine I'm dead, unfortunately. Maybe we can make the magic happen if we get Ghalta Stampede turn next turn. Hopefully everything connected and all that. We could win if we top deck Ghalta, which is a very, very important thing. Certainly coming back. Who knows how many turns I lost. I should be safe though. Their creatures are all pretty darn small, but yeah, it's wacky. That's unacceptable. The internet should stay connected. Don't do reset things. Of course, basically nobody is using their internet at midnight. Everybody is sleeping, so it is kind of understandable from perhaps my internet provider's standpoint. They have to do nightly maintenance, maybe. It's hard to say. Yeah, the internet is back. I just got a message. I know. Oh, I know. Don't you worry. Oh boy. Put a stop at the end of the opponent's turn. Okay. Okay. We get one thing, we win. If we don't get Ghalta, well, we lose this game, but we don't lose the match. Of course, it would be quite nice to come back and recover from this. Where's Ghalta? At the very least, you see a couple scenarios just tonight where if I had Ghalta, I won. You see how important that can be, and that's sadly going to do it. Yes, indeed. It's all right. Maybe the opponent thought I was getting salty or something. That is not the case. However, the case is Flame Sweep. Oh, I guess I can't sideboard. The algorithm, the game has decided it would be too strong, too overpowered if I was able to bring Flame Sweep in. So we just click done. That's how strong the deck is. The game knows. It knows.
Bazinga!
Okay, yep. Love that hand. We see Ghalta, which I was hoping to see, which would have finished off the opponent there. But Commercial District to start, lovely stuff. Sunken, it's getting even better. Sunken is basically the best thing at this point again. No Sylvan Scrying for turn 2. Sunken as the second land, doesn't feel bad. Commune with Dinosaurs as well. Extra good if... I want the speed of Regisaur Alpha. That's going to be appreciated, I think. If they make me sacrifice Ghalta with Priest of Forgotten Gods or something like that. Now, it could have been a little bit better to grab Tyrranax Rex. We're on track for 7 mana on turn 4, which we could play T-Rex. But we still can play a Regisaur or a Palani's Hatcher if it maybe makes sense to do so. Flame Sweep would have been real nice. Vaultborn Tyrant would also be quite nice. Lock things up quite nicely. Very nice, very, very nice. So that's not it. Yeah. We wait. Might as well save creatures, not lose them. Of course, Priest of Forgotten Gods, not going to tap until we drop Ghalta. But they might think I only have one Ghalta. If Priest sacrifices itself... Oh, and Carnage Tyrant as well. We'll see. I hope Priest activates. If it's before Ghalta's ability resolves, I just put the second copy out, and then I don't have to worry. Do it. Do it. You know you want to. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're not going to expect the second one. You're just dead. You're just dead. That's what it's all about. You're not coming back. Hopefully not. Ooh, cash grab. Man, that's something. Gonna get the Scrap Heap Scrounger, which can't even block. Nice.
But you can't do this to me.
You know how much I sacrificed?
Yeah. Whew. And it's another sacrifice deck, kind of like the cat food combo. I'm just happy I have that clip that mentions about sacrificing. Oh, I still can't bring in Flame Sweep. I crushed them so good there. They still won't let me bring it in. That's okay. We'll just try to repeat what we did there. All right. Devastating. As it could be, kinda. I don't like Cavern of Souls if I get an Archdruid's Charm, because this is not a source of green for Archdruids. It's only potentially a green or red or any color for a dinosaur. I say that's a little bit better. Cavern to the bottom. I want to keep the creatures. I want to keep the Archdruids. One would get a Sunken. The other one would get a second Sunken. But well, there we go. The Cavern of Souls, like I mentioned with the first hand, wasn't helping me cast Archdruid. So fortunately, I got my third source of green. We're on track to, do deadly stuff. We'll still go with Sylvan Scrying, but we won't search for a Sunken. We're not going to be playing a Sunken. I'm actually going to grab a second Castle Garenbrig. If they have Land Destruction, we're going to be on track for 7 mana on turn 4. Should be okay. As long as Insidious Roots hasn't made too many plants. Maybe they have a Beseju who endures. We would use Archdruids to grab a Sunken, put it on the battlefield, and still be off to the races quite nicely. Tyvar Jubilant Brawler is certainly problematic. At the very least, they're making... Okay, plant. Hopefully that's the only plant this turn. Deathrite Shaman, though. Tyvar, at the very least... No, They use this ability. Okay, so we're safe for a little bit. Just a bit. Might actually take out Tyvar next turn with Tyrranax Rex. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Don't leave Tyvar alive. You just kill him. Just kill him. Don't ask questions. If you get an opportunity like that. They're still going to do crazy things, but it's going to be a lot less crazy if they play a Priest of Forgotten Gods and... Oh, look what can't be activated. As if it had haste. Oh, shoot. I feel quite a bit better now. And now we win. And now we win. That's what it's all about.
Ruthless aggression.
You're not living through that, buddy. Send in both eggs too. Again, send the dinosaur eggs. Send a message that dinosaurs are cracked. I think they're dead. They probably have enough to just barely save themselves. A decent amount has trampled Ghalta and T-Rex. Unfortunately, Palani's Hatcher, the dinosaur tokens, they do not. But they're just going to delay the inevitable if everything has to block. Oh, okay, it is 0. There you go. There you go. The internet completely crapped out, man, it still didn't matter. Quite nice indeed. Hopefully I'm able to sideboard. I think I ended on 35 minutes. Maybe it's been about 45 minutes. I'll try one more match here. I'm actually kind of interested with the brief interruption in the middle, what that's going to look like for the stream overall. Probably paused for a couple minutes, I guess. But yeah, again, going back to that point, I could trim the one Tyvar, the one Calamity, Galloping Inferno, Vivien, and Xenagos. Those 4 bring in 4 things that search for a creature, whatever it is. A creature that searches for a creature, a sorcery that searches for a creature, multiple creatures. If oftentimes the biggest and best thing is Ghalta, which oftentimes it is. If I need Ghalta to win in many scenarios, but oftentimes I don't. You play the big thing, you beat him up, you play the big thing ahead of schedule, and you're going to beat him up. But that gets the job done. This hand could. Do I want to send Cavern to the bottom? Maybe. Again, the Cavern doesn't help the Archdruids, but yeah, I'm going to do it. Just in case. I would hate to miss a crucial... Oh, a Ghalta. Okay. It's nice I don't have to search for the Queen. But it would be bad to miss a crucial amount of mana. Sunken. There we go. Their chances are sinking, and now I may appreciate keeping that Cavern of Souls. It'll be the extra land drop at... Oh, my goodness. Yeah. The opponent is unfortunately stumbling a little bit in the land department, but I think we should be okay. There's no Thoughtseize to speak of. Maybe they'll kill Tyrranax Rex. They'll have something painful up their sleeve. Now I could just build up to a deadly Ghalta drop. I will be making 8 with the lands that I have. Okay, yeah, I think I'm just going to do that. Vaultborn. I like a Vaultborn. We're making the next turn extra deadly. As long as there's no Thoughtseize, which maybe. Okay. No. I mean, you stay positive. Sometimes you won't get the job done. Sometimes you will. And okay, so I was just double checking that I could sideboard. Of course, we didn't have much of a good idea what the opponent is doing. some sort of control perhaps. It could be Orzhov tokens, which can be pretty deadly. Making a bunch of small creatures, powering them up with Caretaker's Talent, the final level after they sink mana into it. Creature tokens you control get +2/+2. Lovely enchantment from Bloomburrow there. It can get out of control fast. And then they have ways to make tokens after they sweep with their sweepers. I think if I had to bet, it's that sort of strategy. Yeah. Maybe chat is disconnected. Maybe I should look if I can reconnect. Is it reconnected? Huh. Maybe you guys are chatting all along and I just simply can't see it. Perhaps. That hand would... well, not even perhaps. It would be bad. That's quite a bit better. Perhaps we're going to see Calamity, Galloping Inferno, finally popping out. Nah, we got to send Calamity to the bottom. I want to keep Vivien Monster's Advocate. Took him long enough to get a piece of hand hate. That's okay. Archdruids, it's what you gotta do. Rockfall Vale does have the opportunity, the potential to enter untapped. We're going off with a Commune next turn. I don't... Oh, wow, okay. Things are working out big time. Changing big time. Now, Ghalta. Could have been a Palani or a Regisaur, but I already have a Regisaur. Ghalta might make all that. There it is. Orzhov tokens, enchantments, whatchamacallit. We'll search for another Sunken. Finding another Sunken. Thank you, Commune with Dinosaurs. Because now next turn I'm able to make 7. I only need to see one more land, and it could be deadly. Okay, there's the other land. Okay, oh, has to be Castle Garenbrig. We still play Carnage Tyrant, maybe draw a sweeper, some sort of sacrificing thing. At the very least, we stop Sheoldred from attacking, maybe. Perhaps. They see a good amount of stuff that's in my hand, and you might be about to see why I don't always like adding things that are not creatures. Vivien Monster's Advocate simply could have been something other than a planeswalker. It could have been some creature, any creature. Huh. I mean, it would be nice if they attacked. Oh, well, what you gonna do? Attack with Sheoldred? Not attack? Huh. Do it. You know you wanna. Ah, they're scared. Good. I don't think we're gonna get the job done, but yeah. Vivien Monster's Advocate, at the very least, it could have been some other dino, which I would have been putting out, which I would have been able to attack with, due to Regisaur Alpha. Any big dino, whatever. I don't imagine it's good game, but we'll see. Vivien Monster's Advocate, though, probably, oftentimes I like to have something, again, that is costing 5, costing 6, lining up with Carnage Tyrant, because I don't always see that. There is only 4 copies. But turn 4, when I can make a little bit extra mana with Castle Garenbrig, turn 4, make 6 with its activated ability, and just not being able to do anything kind of hurts quite a bit. Down to 2. Huh? Dead? Not dead? I think there's a good chance. Bloodletter of Aclazotz, we would lose 6 in the tokens. If they have removal for Regisaur, that's certainly it. Hive of the... pardon me. Hive of the Eye Tyrant becoming creature. That locks things up. Has to. That's all they have to do to win. Bloodletter is 6. Hive of the Eye Tyrant is 6. So that's 12 right there. Huh. Interesting. Okay, odd. Oh, down to 1. Okay, never mind. Both ways got the job done. Well, we learned what it's all about. I'm bringing in the Hornet Queen because I want to block stuff. I don't really think much, if anything, of their stuff has trample. And they got some flying things too. 1/1 flying death touch. That is certainly where it's at least to buy some time against this particular opponent. I could likely play Hornet Queen at the same time as Vivien Monster's Advocate, but sometimes one turn sooner, depending how the lands have happened. This a little bit too risky. We saw Duress. It's probably going to rip Commune if it does. If it was a deck that didn't have hand hate, I would keep it. Absolutely. Commune would get the second land. Sylvan would dig to grab Sunken. The Sylvan would grab to dig the second Sunken. And hopefully their chances would have Sunken. This much, much safer. Yeah. Try for the Hornet Queen. Hope for a Sunken and Archdruid's Charmer. Something like that. At the very least, keeping a hand with so many lands is safe from their hand hate. Very nice. Wedding announcement coming in hot. Or the unholy whatchamacallit. Unholy Annex, I believe it is. Okay. Not too scary yet. Not the fastest, craziest deck ever. Hopefully they don't make me sacrifice Carnage Tyrant. That's never fun. But I could see that coming up. Or Sheoldred. Nobody likes Sheoldred. I'm hoping it's not Bloodletter of Aclazots. We don't really need Sylvan Scrying at this point. We have Carnage Tyrant, which is a nice big lovely creature. Hopefully it sticks around one turn. But we know we're getting Hornet Queen, which is going to start to trade with most of the stuff that they have. I could see a blot out. Sheoldred's Edict. Oh, look. They get rid of something that I didn't really care about. I like it. I like it a lot. They see their doom. And they may not be able to do anything about it. Maybe they have a whole bunch of targeted removal, which is useless at this point. That doesn't do a whole lot to their chances. I have to imagine Hornet Queen is going to lock it up. One might, but having two, definitely. Definitely. Attack all you want. Good luck. Stuff's big. That's okay. We just have to kill the opponent before they can drain us with Sheoldred. Now that is a little bit scary, problematic. Save Carnage Tyrant, see what they do this turn. Sheoldred and the Slasher are not attacking. I got the swarm of Death Touch creatures. At the very least they would hold one of those back, just so it would trade with Carnage Tyrant. So we got to keep that in mind. Maybe they have Extinction Event. We got one Hornet Queen down. We can play basically anything. Able to make 7 mana at this point. Oh boy. Yeah. Can't attack. Commercial District is quite nice. See what's on top? Hope it's something good. Vaultborn? Maybe. Don't need a Castle Garenbrig. Lovely. Man, do I want to attack with... I want to start dealing a bit of damage. A little bit. Get the Slasher out of the way, I think. It's a staring contest and it's... Oh, interesting. Very interesting. Huh. I thought they would have used the Slasher. Maybe they have something interesting up their sleeve. Sneaky and tricky. Or they want the Bloodletter to drain me even more. Shieldred, I lose 2 life, but with the Bloodletter I would lose 4 life whenever I draw a card, which would be extra problematic. Really don't want any more lands at this point, though. Creature. Oh, that's no fun. It's no fun at all. Now to block with somebody. They must. Huh. Strange. Guess we'll never know why they didn't do that the first turn. Or the first time I swung with it. Okay, this is not getting too fun. At the very least, I trade with those creatures. Oh, the back-to-back Sunkens. Wow. Our chances have sunken. There's no way out of that. Sometimes you just get flooded. Especially when you have 20. But guess we'll leave it there for now. I'll see how the brief interruption right in the middle worked out. If you guys were chatting, well, I wasn't able to see it. So hopefully everybody had a good time watching right now, later on, whenever it is. Hopefully everybody's able to watch this. But yeah, see you next time. Probably tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. And peace. Have a good one.
Grant me revenge.
And if you do not listen,
Then the hell